Here, and wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an orientation, as it were, to the new facility and some things that you can expect, maybe some things you shouldn't expect this Shabbat during our first service ever in our new facility. Of course, everybody's really excited. Our staff and volunteers are scrambling to kind of get some last minute things in place. And on that note, let's just say this, that when we have our first few services, it's very likely that there will be some things that are still yet to be done. Hopefully not too many things that you'll have to notice, but there's probably going to be several more weeks of things being put in place, working out details on procedures and protocols and things like that. So as we begin, I'd like to encourage everybody when you come here, this first few Shabbats actually, just kind of be patient with us as we work through figuring things out, working the wrinkles out of everything. Just everybody be fluid and kind of go with the flow. We may have some things that we're going to do this week and we find out that it didn't work and we may have to change it next week. So we may have to update this from time to time to kind of let you know what's going on and what to expect, because I hope everybody's excited about being here. And we've been here, we're all in go mode, but you'll just kind of be coming in for the first time, a lot of you. So anyway, that's kind of what this video is about. So when you do arrive on Shabbat, there will be parking, of course, in the immediate, right in front of the building, of course. But if you get here and you find that there's not enough parking for you, as you face the building to the right, you'll see some fencing. There is additional parking over there. In fact, there's probably as much, if not more, parking on the side of the building as there is in front of the building. So point being, there's plenty of parking. Also, when you get here, don't be surprised if you see a deputy sheriff's patrol car in the front with lights flashing. As it has always been at Jacob's Tent, we're very security minded. And so we've got a larger facility, more real estate to cover, people to watch out for. And so we're kind of increasing our security presence. And so there will be at least I'm told there'll be a patrol car out front, lights flashing. Please don't be alarmed by that. We're just wanting everybody to know that security is on site. And when you come in, there'll be other security officers around. We are also in the same vein of thought, and that is security. There are certain sections of the building that security is going to be pretty rigid, and particularly where our children are concerned. And the people who work with the youth and the children, they can give you more specifics and let you know how we're going to do things procedurally. But just, let you know, because again, we have a lot more space that we have to kind of keep our eyes on. We're going to be very particular about security, and it's all done with the safety of your children and you, for that matter, in mind, accountability and all those things. So just to kind of be aware that there are probably going to be some tweaks in regard to how we do things procedurally compared to what you may have been accustomed to when we were at Pathway. Now, we are going to open the front doors at 10 a.m. We'll have some teams that have to come in early, but we're not opening the doors to the general population of the congregation until 10 o'clock. Reason being is there's going to be a lot of things going on, particularly in the sanctuary. Praise and worship, we'll be rehearsing, the production team will be finalizing some things, and it just works out better if they have that space to work until the doors open. The doors will open at 10 o'clock. And when you come in, there will be a large curtain that distinguishes the foyer from the rest of the sanctuary. And so unless you are on a specialized team, greeters, ushers, other different teams that we've already talked to them about where to be, to get ready for different things, we're going to ask everybody just to be very respectful of the fact that we want to keep the sanctuary cleared until 10:30. That's the same kind of idea we've operated under all this time. It's just that you're only going to be separated by a curtain. But we're going to ask you to please respect that until we open the doors to the sanctuary at 10:30. Of course, the service will be as we've always done it. It's just going to be in a larger space. The Oneg area is going to be in that same room. In fact, you'll see it when you first come in. To the right, as you enter the doors, there'll be a painted area, no carpet. And that's going to be our primary area for Oneg. And tables and chairs should already be set up. There will be microwaves over there for people who bring something that needs to be warmed up. We will not be able to accommodate crock pots and things like that. We can't do that at this time. So please keep that in mind if you're going to be here for Oneg, which we hope most everybody will. But again, to be clear, the area for Oneg will be to the right as you enter the doors. It's a painted area. It'll be very obvious. Tables and chairs will be there. There will be microwaves. We cannot accommodate your crock pots and other things to keep things warming throughout the service. So please keep that in mind when you plan for Oneg. There will be a couple of other areas in the building that we'll use for Oneg, for like the tribe luncheons, ASL, and different groups. But for the general congregation, this area that we're talking about will be where we'll have Oneg. And we're going to request that you please help us keep food and drink contained to that area. In the service, you're welcome to bring water, but we're going to ask you, do not bring coffee, do not bring tea, do not bring grape juice and all those kinds of things. Don't bring candy and all those kinds of things into the sanctuary. If you have little ones, and I mean, toddlers and little guys that can't go for the entire service without some kind of snack, that's fine. We understand that. But we're going to ask that you only give them clear liquids, water, apple juice, things like that. No candy, no sticky stuff. Let's be reasonable about it. But that's for the little guys. That's for toddlers. So we'll talk more about that. And the whole idea here is that we want to, number one, honor that we're dedicating this and consecrating this place as the Lord's house. And two, the people of Jacob's Tent, have made a huge investment into upgrading the facilities around here. And while we want to be reasonable, realistic about some things, we also want to try to respect and be considerate of things as well. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Bottom line is, the food is going to be contained to the Oneg area. Drinks are going to be contained to the Oneg area, unless you have water, something like that. And again, we'll make the exception for your toddlers, your little guys that need some snacks during the service. So water and coffee will be available during Oneg. Now, we are instituting from this point forward a no animals policy. What that means is, if you have a legitimate service animal, you need to contact Robert Losey in advance and discuss your particular situation with him, and he can take things from there. But across the board, our policy will be a no animals policy. So again, if you have a legitimate service animal and there's a specific need there, please contact Robert Losey in advance, and you can discuss the details with him, and he can help you out from there. Otherwise, please, no animals in the building. After Oneg, of course, we will do as we've always done. We will have a midrash in the main room. We'll have the different youth classes and such. We will have a nursery in the morning. Again, the specifics of that, we'll let those different teams discuss that with you. And when you get there in the morning, there will be people, ushers, who've already been kind of oriented to where everything is, and it'll be their first day in this new facility functioning in that way. So give them some grace, but there should be people who would be happy to tell you where to go if you have nursery-age children, bathrooms, those kinds of things. And then there's one other thing that I wanted to mention, and that is that at the request of my wife, that after Midrash and after everything is over with, it used to be that we had young people, when we had services on Inman, who would want to stay and linger, and they want to dance and hang out a little bit. And we're going to try to accommodate that in this new facility. So we'll talk more in detail about that later. But just know that on Shabbats, after everything is over, we're going to give our young people a little time to to dance if they want to, fellowship, and we'll discuss where that's going to be. Everything's going to be under the same roof, so no big deal there. But we wanted to go ahead and alert you that we would be doing that. That will be something that would be adult parent supervision, but go ahead. I want to go ahead and plant that thought in your mind, young people, that we will be giving you an opportunity and space after everything's over if you want to dance and to hang out. There'll be more details, more nuts and bolts as we go through the process of acclimating to this new building. But I did want to give you a few things to have in mind when you get here. Other than that, we just look forward to seeing everybody this Shabbat. Again, please be gracious and fluid and long-suffering as our staff and the volunteers kind of learn the ropes here in this new situation. We've got a lot of things that we're still doing, a lot of things yet to do. And so as we kind of begin the process of having services here, we're probably going to have to adjust and tweak. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of the week. Hope you have a very quiet and peaceful Erev Shabbat, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Shabbat morning. Until then, shalom.